Olamide, we move on to Davido. Now, Davido is one person who we've talked about him before in several podcasts. Davido is one artist who's done really well for himself. But one thing that he's still getting bantered upon is the fact that he's not been able to do a stadium show yet. He wants to do it. Now, Davido was at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The one he opted out, from. Chris Brown was at the show, did a Breezy Bowl at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and he brought out a special guest. Davido coming all the way from Ibiza, where he had an issue with the security guys over there. Lots of came from Spain down to England to perform as a special guest at Chris Brown's show. And someone was saying there's a particular, top music exec, if you're one, who said, oh, he was really, really amazed. He was proud of Davido coming out to perform at Chris Brown's show. And in the comment section, Davido responded to say, it is time. Stadium time. It is time. Book that date. So Davido definitely confirming that he wants to do a stadium concert in the UK in 2025. How feasible is that after opting out of the 50 Cent show?
How feasible? I think, first of all, it's actually dope that he's trying to pull this off by himself.
Yeah.
Because that's what's expected. If you're gonna say you're in the top 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to call yourself 1. These are the levels you need to be playing. These are the
right.
That's the Premier League of Afrobeats. You need to be running those stadiums, those arenas.
Shows, right.
So if he's trying to do this and if he's trying to pull it off, I think it's dope. That's good. That's good for them. Should is it a good time? I think that of course it's a good time. People are running shows. It may not be this summer, right? It may be next summer. My TV go on. It may be next summer, right? But yeah, I think it's a good initiative.
Yeah.
Not feasible. I think it's feasible because Burna Boy just announced November and all that.
Yeah.
But next time to do these things are usually in summer. But that being said, it doesn't mean you can't do it in the winter.
Yeah.
But what stadium? Let's ask. What stadium are they going to try and do?
Wembley. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That seems to be like the stadium for Afrobeat right now.
Yeah, because
for music. Yeah.
Yeah, you know why? Because generally, not just Afrobeats, people from different countries, Americans, guys who are coming to Beyonce run a show there.
Yeah.
Running a show there. It's because they have wonderful facilities to host those shows. And when they were building that stadium, Spurs Stadium, they had this in mind anyway.
Right.
If you check reviews of people going to Beyonce shows, they love it so much because it looks like they're so close, the way everything is set up for them. So I think if they're going to look at that, it's a lot of capacity. Can they pull it off? I don't know. There's O2 that is done twice, sold out, but O2 is only just barely 20,000 capacity, right? It's a big. I don't know how he's going to do it. Burna Boy has done it, yes.
Twice.
I don't think we should even be looking at numbers. If he's able to sell at least a 30 or 40,000 at that sports stadium, I think that would be a success for him. But yeah, it's very, very feasible.
There's a lot of people telling Davido to do the O2 Arena 3 days back to back, like Wizkid did the last time before he tries a stadium. Does that make any sense to you?
No. You don't want to be working. You don't want to be doing things because Wizkid has done it, right? Or because your rival has done it, you want to do it. Even though a lot of moves that Davido makes sometimes is because people have done it, he wants to outmatch them, right? I think he's just go your own path, right? Burna Boy has done London Stadium that's the West Ham Stadium.
Yeah. He's done the stadium. He's done the stadium twice already.
Twice, exactly. Yeah. And then he'll probably do a third one because, as you can
he's
tell,
going to do, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So he just needs to walk his own path. If he's going to do a Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, try and look for the available data and let's kick it in. I think it will be good for him.
Let me ask you, how is Burna Boy without an album with just a couple of singles? Of course, with an album coming very soon, getting more belief to sell out a stadium than Davido, who's got one of the biggest Afrobeat songs in 2025 and has an album out already. How is Burna Boy getting more belief to sell out a stadium than Davido, according to people online?
It's pedigree. In fact, that's the word. It's pedigree. Burna Boy has been able to prove time and time and again,
yes,
that he can sell these arenas, he can sell these shows.
Yeah.
So And while he goes ahead to sell these arenas and shows, he also has the pedigree of delivering a wonderful performance. Nobody really goes to a Burna Boy concert and have like a bad review because you would enjoy yourself. The set is so incredible.
Definitely.
Even us that watch it that are not in there. I mean, hopefully maybe with the next one at the London Stadium, I'll probably go in there. You go out of there and you feel excited because the set is wonderful.
Yeah.
He's mastered that aspect of his craft, and you just have to give it to him.
You
So
have to
he
give
has
it.
the pedigree of doing this. Nobody, and there's workings, like there's proof and there's evidence. Exactly. So when it's time to do another one, people already know what the Burna Boy can do.
Can deliver.
So it's more of a pedigree. So Davido is walking into new territory, which is arenas and stadiums. So he has to first show that you can deliver first. Once you've shown that, then people will believe you that yes, you can pull it up anytime.
I think Davido has done the State Farm Arena in Atlanta a couple of times, like twice already. So there's arena, thing for him going on. But the stadium part is where he would need to actually prove himself. I believe that Davido, for all it's worth, or for what it's worth rather, can actually deliver this. But there's still a couple of question marks over it. We believe Afrobeat needs to get to that point where almost everyone who's at the top can do these arenas, can do this stadium and everything, and do them very, very well. Lastly, on Davido, would 2025 be the best of time, looking at what you trending right now, and of course, would it be nice to have a couple of guys that I featured on the album on this tour with him, or on this stadium concert thing with him?
Well, with the way Davido runs his concerts, we know that there's usually supporting acts.
Yes. Yes.
And I think Wiz also used to do something similar.
Yeah.
Until recently, when people are just doing them by themselves, and maybe in the middle they bring people out.
Yeah.
I think that's the way it's going to go. There's going to be supporting acts.
Yeah.
For David, people who come on board. I mean, who start it, and it could be people who featured on the album, like the Black,
right,
Tony, or those kind of guys.
Yeah.
And it will be a good thing for those guys to actually be on stage at such a big location. So yeah, that's the way. I don't think it's going to be something specific to Davido.
Right.
I think he will warm the crowd up with some of these supporting acts before he delivers the final blow, basically.
Right, no problem at all. In one word, in 2025, Davido UK Stadium concert, will OBO sell out or not?
I don't really care about selling out, because we know when it comes to selling out, it's just what they allocated to you, and the end users don't usually know what it is.
Yeah,
they don't know that. Oh, for example, now you see Wiz has done Hollywood Bowl. People are saying empty seat there, empty seat there, but that doesn't matter, because if he sold out his allocated seats, that's a sellout. Regardless whether it's the full thing, as long as what they've allocated to you, you sold it out, and that's fine. So, I don't think we should care about the selling out. The most important thing is having good enough capacity.
Yeah.
If you allocated seats 40,000 and you do it 35,000, that's a success to me. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.